Everybody, we're back for another week of Netrunner. I don't have a tummy ache this week, so hopefully we can go a little later. At least I can. I'm not holding Iris captive.
Hooray! I'm free to leave at any
You
time.
have the agency of an adult human.
Luke has removed the chains
Oh
keeping me in
God, why is
bondage.
that happening? Why is it capturing this? I'm on the wrong fucking window. No.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Okay, it's fine, everybody. We're safe. We're over
They're
on
capturing
Jinteki
our
now.
DMs.
Wait, was it capturing our DMs?
No, I don't know. I
Okay.
wasn't watching the stream.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, it was just capturing the Twitch chat. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Last week I titled this stream "Wife's Asleep, Let's Net Run" because my whole idea was, well, I don't really want to play Netrunner until my wife goes to bed because I could be spending time with my wife. She's awake in the chair behind me, so I'm being a bad husband this week.
Yep.
No?
I should be tending to her. I should be like feeding her fresh plucked grapes or something. But instead, I'm
I
playing.
don't like grapes.
That's true. What would you like if you were lounging out
What's
on
Chelsea's
like a,
favorite fruit?
Yeah, if you were just lounging, what would you want me to be like feeding you, hand feeding you?
Right now?
Sure.
I honestly had a lot of graham crackers with whipped cream
Yeah.
put on top.
Oh, sure.
I've had a lot of those, so I'm very full. I don't need anything else today.
Okay, but all right. So in just the fantasy version, you're like, you're in like your Greek palace. You got like a crown of laurels, and I'm hand feeding you food while I'm like fanning you with a palm frond with my other hand. What are you getting?
Salted caramels.
Sure, I can see that. That's yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That said, I feel like the point of the grapes like ideal is that
yeah,
it's like a regular thing you're feeding.
sure.
Kind of hard to do that with salted caramels. Like you gotta spend a lot of time chewing those.
Oh, sure. I see what you're saying. I can only feed you so many. The rate at which I can feed you salted caramels is lower than the rate I can feed you grapes at. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I see what you mean. I feel like there is something a little more maybe like romantic about a salted caramel. It's got that warm sweetness.
Yeah, I suppose.
There's a sensual energy to a salted caramel. This Netrunner stream got off to a fascinating start.
I'd probably go with cherries.
Sure.
The only problem with the cherry though is that then I have to bit the. Well, I guess I don't know. I guess some women might be into that, but
What, getting the pit spit on it?
spitting the pit, yeah, spitting the pit out. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't assume.
I was gonna
that
say, if
someone wouldn't find that sexy.
If the fantasy is what a lowly servant you have reduced the other person to, then them having to clean up your cherry refuse really only adds to that.
Yeah, it might add to the whole scenario. I don't know.
Oh, should I change some of the keywords? Oh, we do still have extra life keyworded here. This has nothing to do with extra life. Thank you for catching that.
No.
I missed that completely. It is English. I guess we can leave that one up. Yeah, we'll just cut those. All right. Hopefully that updates. It's not updating on my screen. Did I do
Infinite
it?
Justine says that just go with olives. Similar experience
Sure.
to grapes. I just like the flavor profile.
No, yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I thought the go-to sexy thing with cherries was to tie the stem in a knot with your tongue. I mean, sure, but the idea is that, that is how you demonstrate that you're sexy to someone else with a cherry. If I'm feeding you cherries, then that's not... Your job is not to perform for me. I'm performing for you,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm feeding you that you bite the cherry off the stem, and then I put the stem in my mouth and tie a knot. Iris, how was your Thanksgiving?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Marlena and I had our friend Sierra over.
Mm-hmm.
And Marlena and I kind of split the cooking duties. So
Mm-hmm.
I cooked the turkey and made the mashed potatoes and the pie. I made the pie ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then Marlena took care of the stuffing, cranberry sauce, and green bean casserole.
Nice. Yeah,
So we had a pretty standard Thanksgiving spread there.
Chelsea took care of our turkey, which she does every year. It's very good the way she makes it.
Nice.
She made, what was it called, scalloped corn?
Yeah.
Like scalloped potatoes, but with corn instead.
Oh, that's interesting. How
Yep.
do you do that with corn?
Iris is asking how you do that.
It was like just frozen corn, shredded. It was like 30 ounces of thawed out frozen corn, 8 ounces of shredded sharp white cheddar. I think like 3 eggs.
Okay.
And some Ritz crackers, like crushed up, and then mix that all together. You put it in the oven, and then for like 20 or 30 minutes, I think 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Then put more cheese on top and more crushed Ritz crackers, and then another like 20, 25 minutes or so.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Huh.
And then you also made a pecan pie that you got very stressed out about.
Yes, I did.
Came out good.
I'm glad.
You don't even like pecan pie, so you had no judgment of whether you did
like
a good...
pecan pie.
No, I'm saying you couldn't judge whether you did a good job or not because you don't like good pecan pie.
Oh, no.
I never had pecan pie. I was hoping this would come out good and I would like it.
It did come out good, but you didn't like it.
I liked it okay.
You liked it fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried Demi's like pumpkin pudding pie recipe.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. Like it comes out a lot more sort of cakey than a typical pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the texture of it. I think I prefer a more standard pumpkin pie, but one thing he did do that I think I will do in the future for any of my pumpkin pies is he makes cardamom whipping cream.
Ooh, okay.
And that was pretty good.
Here's a thought. Pumpkin itself, not a strongly flavored thing, right? Most of a pumpkin pie flavor comes from the seasoning, right?
I like a decent portion, though I think people underestimate like how much flavor a pumpkin puree does have.
It has some flavor to it, but it's a relatively neutral flavor that my point being, I feel like you could take it in a lot of different directions. I am not a lover of pumpkin pie. I understand it's a very popular pie. I think it's one of the lowest tiers of pie. But I feel like you could really treat pumpkin as a canvas and do all sorts of things with a pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Dormingu, I have made pumpkin pie flavored cheesecakes before. I do like them, but also I feel like how do I put this? Like it's almost too close to just what a normal pumpkin pie is that it feels like a lot of effort to go through to also make it a cheesecake, because cheesecakes are one of the most finicky desserts you can possibly make.
They can be pretty finicky. I fucking love cheesecake though.
Justine,
there's very little pumpkin in pumpkin pie a lot of the time. I think I remember hearing a lot of squash and I think if you're getting like the generic like canned pumpkin pie filling from the store, a lot of that, if I remember, it is butternut squash, right?
Is it really?
I believe that's true. Yeah, because it turns out gourds is mostly the same, and people don't really notice.
I mean, like there's sweet potatoes also like fairly similar in flavor to pumpkin pies.
I have never had a sweet potato pie. Is it like a savory pie?
It is, again, like it's been a while since I've had it, but like I do remember suggesting to Marlena, like, okay, we could do a pumpkin pie, we could do pecan pies, sweet potato pie, and Marlena was like, I mean, if we do sweet potato pie, we might as well just do pumpkin pie. They're basically the same.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I've had sweet potatoes, but never sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got Netrunner open.
Yeah.
I have messed around a little bit more with that Restoring Humanity deck we made last week. Not like a killer win rate with it, but hey, we're tinkering. I do think there is something here. I don't think we've quite dialed it in yet. I think what this deck feels like it wants to do is dump a 3-pointer into Archives, rush to find a Regenesis, score it out, and get to 4 points as fast as possible to just really put pressure on the runner. And then meanwhile, you have got Bites, you have got Sysentons, you've got Vampirinasas that are all going to just stab the shit out of them. So you're putting a time pressure on them while at the same time pressuring them for going fast. Like, trying to run without all their breakers or having their money up, all that kind of stuff. That feels like the strategy this deck wants to go for. The tricky part about it is that I'm playing Restoring Humanity, which means I get money for having... If you don't check archives, I make money, which incentivizes you to check archives early and check it often, which means that to do that strategy, I really need archives and the remote server locked down. I need to make you afraid to run either of them. And rushing that out is easier said than done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've definitely had games where, like, I get the right run of cards, and it just kind of works out really well. But I've had just as many games where it's like, all of this ice is pretty porous, where it can be a really nasty face check, but you still get through it and can snag something out of archives on me, or steal the Regenesis from the remote and be like, if you put a Regenesis in there, you probably have something in archives. Now I need to run it doubly so,
Right, yeah.
So that is kind of the challenge I am running into on this. So thinking about tinkering it, I think one of the big things it needs is more end the run ice. And unfortunately, the only real big end the run ice that Jinteki has natively is Boto, which is strong, but you gotta discard cards to trigger the end of the run. And
yeah.
I have had at least one game where the runner just kept running into Bodo over and over again, eating the damage until I didn't have any cards left to discard, and then just walked right through it and stole the agenda,
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So my thinking is that we need to make room for some bronze, which is going to eat up influence, and I think that means humanoid resources are going to have to go. I don't know how much... are you really not going to go? Okay, Braun has, like, some kind of accent mark over the A, so it's not going to just do it for me. I'm going to have to get out of Netrunner TP. I don't remember how you... There you go. Yeah, I don't even, like, it's, what, a caret? Is it called a caret when it goes over a letter like that? I don't even know.
I am not sure.
Yeah. Alright, let's try that. Okay. So, Brand costs 2 influence, so let's just ratchet... So that gives us only 1 humanoid resource. I did put a Hollow Man in here to try to, like, speed out an agenda. So far, I have not actually popped Hollow Man a single time, so I think that might have been a better idea on paper than in practice.
Yeah, because does Jinteki have any native fast advance?
The closest...
Like operations or something?
Not really. The closest thing they have is La Costa Grid, which let me pull that up. It is not really fast advance, but it's an upgrade for a server that at the beginning of each turn, you can put an advancement counter on what's in the server. So It can kind of, you can kind of put some extra pressure on the server. You can kind of never advance stuff that you normally couldn't never advance, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But I don't know if are you using enough advanced cards that advance to make that
well, obviously agendas. Obviously Charlotte would be the big thing that gets a benefit out of it. Charlotte and La Costa combo very well together. I think the normal way people play RH is to, like I said, this deck kind of feels like it wants to rush. The normal RH strategy is usually much slower. It's turtle up, get all the centrals protected, get a bunch of really nasty ice on the remote, let a Charlotte on top of a La Costa just cook while you build just a bulletproof server, and then replace Charlotte with an agenda when you're ready to rock.
I see.
Or put a clearinghouse on it and just slowly advance it, turn over turn, until it's just impossible to survive the damage. And so the runner kind of has to be like, that server is super expensive to run. If it's a clearinghouse, I need to bring it down or I lose. If it's an agenda, I really want to steal it. If it's a face down Charlotte, then I'm spending a bunch of money just to, like, the numbers don't add up well. And if you're tricking me and it's an Urtica cipher, then I've wasted a bunch of money and potentially killed myself trying to get to the clearinghouse. That's usually how I see RH get played, and it's a pretty effective strategy, but like I said, I think what we built feels like it wants to be speedier than that, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't really think La Costa makes a ton of sense for this. We do have 3 points of influence, so I would say we could bring back a humanoid resources, and that leaves us with 1 point of influence. Justine points out Moonpool and Cohort count kind of. I would say Moonpool counts as a fast advance card.
Cohort not really, because it only activates at the beginning of your turn, so you'd have to have the agenda there for like 2 turns.
Yeah, I would say that Cohort kind of is similar to La Costa Grid, right? But yeah, Moonpool, I would say definitely can be used to fast advance. It is also probably just a fast never advance most of the time. But it's also anti-synergistic with Regenesis, because you discard cards when you play Moonpool, and if you discard anything, Regenesis doesn't have its effect trigger. Doesn't mean Moonpool has no place in this deck. I had a Moonpool in here at one point, but yeah, I don't know. This is 44 cards and 14 influence. So we do have 1 point of influence to spend. Don't know what the best way to... I'm trying to think. I don't know how well this combos in, but just for the sake of spending that last influence, let's try a Powers That Be, which lets me install something from archives after I score an agenda. It's also an expensive trash. It might, you know, bounce a humanoid back into the remote, or hey, I used the remote to score, now I can just get a Charlotte right back in there. That might be worth giving a shot, you know.
Yeah, or you know, if runner trashes an ice, you could reinstall the ice.
Yes, that is true. That is true. I mostly think of that for installing assets, but no, it does work on ice, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think
it's any card from HQ or archives.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we give this a shot, see how it plays. I would love to also make room for a second Managarm Skunkworks, but again, influence is pretty tight here.
Yeah. Dormingu says that the thing above a brawn is a circumflex.
All right. We all learned something today.
We sure did.
Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, we'll do a couple games with this, and then we'll start talking runner deck. Hi, it's Justine. Ooh.
Oh,
Asa.
hey.
Okay. So, for folks that don't know, Asa is like the mill identity. I think it's Z is their pronoun. Z wants to like constantly sabotage, which basically means I discard a certain number of, like, their effect is sabotage 2. That means I discard up to 2 cards from a hand, and whatever I don't discard from hand gets discarded off the top of the deck.
Okay.
So the idea, if you're playing Asa, is you just want to constantly sabotage me. So eventually, no matter what I do, agendas end up in archives, and then you just run archives only 1 or 2 times to win the game, you know? What does this hand look like? So we've got Tatu Bola, I like to see. We got plenty of money. I think this is a solid opening hand. We're gonna, well, yeah. I think this is keepable. We'll see what we draw. Protecting HQ is important against Asa because of the card, oh, I'm forgetting what it's called. But basically, you run HQ, and if it's successful, it's sabotage 4.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. R&D also very important to protect against Asa, because Asa's ability triggers whenever Z takes core damage, and finality is take 1 core damage, run R&D, if successful, access 4 extra cards. So it triggers the sabotage, and it sees a ton of cards off R&D. So getting basically all 3 centrals protected is really important with Asa.
Good lord.
So I'm going to toss Tatu Bola on HQ. Let's toss Empiricist on R&D. And we will just hedge fund and hold on to the Hansei Review for now. No, we won't. No, we won't, because that gets us less money. Let's undo that click. We will Hansei Review. What do we want to toss is the only thing. Let's toss the bite and just get $1 off of it. And then that gets us some money to work with going forward. Okay. That is a pretty solid face check. I'm not mad to make you run into that at all. It does 3 damage and a tag, and I get to draw a card. You know what? If I hadn't thrown out the bite, I could just win off of this. Because
no!
Empiricist, you draw a card, then put a card on top of R&D. I could have put the bite there, and between... That's 6 damage total. That would have just been a win.
Oh, no!
I guess I didn't have to do that. Okay, I didn't realize that was optional with Empiricist. Good to know for the future. I feel like Empiricist looks a lot like Professor Tomoe from Sailor Moon. The bad guy from Sailor Season 3.
Yeah, I can see it.
Let's see. We're not really getting any of... Okay, let's just toss Tatubola over here. If they run it, then... good for us. Only downside is that costs 7 to res, so that was a pretty pricey one. But we got hedge fund. We can bounce back up. Charlotte, we can get going soon enough here, and that will get us money and cards.
And hey, you got a decent amount of ice this time, so that's nice.
Yep, got plenty of ice. This party is not going to run out of ice. Let's just draw. Okay. So next turn, I think we install Charlotte, Manic Arm, advance the Charlotte, and then the following turn we can get Anoetic down. Anoetic and Manic Arm together make a really hard to penetrate server. Unless you have Light the Fire, which Asa is relatively likely to field Light the Fire compared to most runners because it does core damage, and Asa likes taking core damage. That said, it's not like a super common include. Like, it happens. I have no idea what Justine's list looks like, but...
Asa's got some pretty cool card art, I gotta say.
Asa's very cool, yeah. How much do we care about this? We care about keeping the $1, yeah. Like 2 turns that pays for itself, and that's without Tatubola.
Yeah.
Get tattooed, fool. I got nothing but armadillos all over the dang place. Alright, yeah, we'll just pop Charlotte down, Manic Arm, advance Charlotte. And we have just enough to res Braun. Well, we'll have to think of, if Justine runs this, we'll have to think about whether we're resing Braun or resing Manic Arm, because we can't do both this turn, but...
Yeah.
That's unfortunate that card art's not loading, because I'm only a little sure of what it does. I think that's the card that increases your hand size, which, because Ace is constantly taking core damage, these...
Hippocampic?
Yeah, Hippocampic Mechanocytes. It's starting to load in.
Look it up real quick.
Yeah, no, I'm right about it. I think it's like you take meat damage when you install it, but then you get +2 hand size, which counterbalances the reduced hand size Asa gets from all the core damage.
Yep. Yeah. +1 maximum hand size for each hosted power counter.
Yeah. Okay. Starting to do some Asa stuff. Asa's console gives Z an extra 3 hand size, and Z takes core damage when it's installed, which means I get sabotaged. We'll dump 1 Bodo and 1 off the top.
We'll
Shit, we lost a Magenta off the top. That might be fine. If we find a Regenesis, we're happy about that. We want that in the trash, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So res Charlotte. Up. Yep. Do we trash Charlotte to make room for Humanoid? I think we probably do. Because that also makes it look like I found an agenda, which might encourage a run, which might waste resources. So let's do this. Let's do this. And let's draw a card. Okay. Ideally, we don't use Anoetic Void here, because I want cards in my hand to use with Humanoid, but we'll do what we gotta do. And this was kind of my concern. Like, even dropping from 3 humanoids to 2, this deck is immediately slower.
Yeah.
Like I said, I do think RH has that tendency to want to go more Glacier and trying to build a rush thing out of it. Yeah, that wasn't necessarily our intent last week, but it was kind of where we were going. And I was like, that's an interesting direction, but I'm not totally sure we've got what we need to do it. I think we just go fully off the top here. Just rip it. Yeah. I lost a Spin Doctor. That's not ideal. It just because Influence is such a squeeze. Like, we were relying on Humanoid for that, like, hyper tempo. Like,
tempo, yeah.
In a pre-rotation world where we could use Rashida, I think this makes a lot more sense as a strategy. All right. Okay, got a 3-pointer, which I'm not, like, thrilled to just install raw here, especially off a Humanoid, but let's see what we draw. Okay, we got a Regenesis. Plop that down, plop Vamp down on top, and let's just play Hedge Fund. Now, Archives is not as safe as it possibly could be, and they just installed a Fractor, so this might all fall apart. I went from feeling pretty good about this to feeling pretty bad about it in the course of a single click. Yep, okay, well, enjoy your 3 points.
Yeah.
And I threw out the ice. Why did I throw the ice out? Now I can't even get money off Tatu Bola. I'm a fool.
No.
I'm a fool. Yeah, alright, well, we get a free Vamp out of it, so consolation prize. Now, if she just hammers HQ, she could just win this turn. Hey, look what she's doing. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Come on, hit the operation. Hit the Hansei. God damn it. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, this went so sour so fast.
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, shoot. Okay. Let's think here. Ideally, what can stop Begamot from running Archives in this deck? I'm not sure anything can. Saisentan can kill it. Can kill Justine, rather, if we if she face checks it with a low hand, which she might. She put a simul chip down. Does she have any? She only has another Begamot. Okay. Oh, so she can. Is she just gonna flicker the Begamot to do core damage to herself and sabotage me? That would be a really mean move. I wouldn't like it if you did that. Regenesis is honestly safe and sound right here. I'm not really worried about it. I'm much more worried about this Fuji getting scored. I think we need to draw. Okay. Okay. No, that doesn't work. I was going to say I can put Anoetic on Archives, dump Fuji, but I would only have 2 cards in hand. I could only stop 1 run. You just run twice and you win. So I don't think that does anything for us. I think let's draw again. Bite. Okay. Here's the question. If we Hansei review and dump Fuji into Archives, do you think she checks Archives again? Or does she think, surely we're not dumb enough to throw away another agenda into Archives? You know what I mean? Do we bet on her respecting us as human beings?
No.
Well, if she doesn't respect us as a human being, then we just throw something away. Well, no, you're saying, right. No, if she thinks we're dumb, then yes, we can't do it. Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like, I don't know. Hi, Emerald.
Tell you what, let's play one Hansei, throw out...
Because, I don't know. If I were here and you just dumped something to Archives, and it was easy for me to check Archives...
That's the thing, it is trivial to check Archives.
Yeah. Yeah. I would just start with that,
I think let's just draw a third time. Okay, there's Saisenton. Saisenton might be able to get us out of here. Maybe. Hello, Emily. What Kingdom Hearts materials you grinding? What game you playing? 1, 2, 3? Dream Drop Dist? I don't think there's materials to grind in Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah, it's mostly just like a 1 and 2 thing.
You're grinding the pets in Dream Drop.
The Kingdom Hearts 1 material grind fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I got really overconfident about having... Raindrops, okay. Where are we going with this? Into Tattoo, alright.
I remember the original Kingdom Hearts 1 didn't have the, like, mushroom guys. Like, that you have to do, like, special shit to like, get advanced material. So, yeah, it would have been easier in the original, like, release of KH1.
That is a bummer.
Like, the
that
final mix stuff adds a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's a bummer that she saw Saisenton on that run, because now if I put ice down, she's like, well, that's a Saisenton. I can't run without having my hand up. What's the game plan here? Nothing good. I will note, had we just Hansei'd and thrown the Fuji into Archives, we could have scored it out. She didn't check it.
Fuck. Okay. I guess you should just never listen to me when it comes to Netrunner.
No, listen, it was a full-on gamble. Like, it was there's no reason she couldn't have checked it. Your logic was sound. Like,
yeah.
That was a very risky play. I'm just like, well, the score jumped from 0-0 to 6-0. We might need to throw some Hail Marys here, you know?
Yeah. That's fair.
I want to look like I'm digging for something. I don't want to look like I'm obviously throwing something into Archives. So I'm going to draw. Okay, hit a Charlotte. I'm going to install Saisenton over R&D. And I'm gonna try to pitch the Fuji and see what happens. I think we lose. I'm betting she checks it this
trying
turn.
To bluff it.
I am just nakedly trying to bluff it. I'm icing R&D to make it look like that's where the agendas are. And that I didn't just... Like, if I throw ice on archives, I'm signaling, hey, there's something I'm trying to protect in archives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
If she runs HQ,
Damn, she's
I would
got
love...
so many cards in hand.
Yeah. That's why I was saying it's a bummer that she saw the Seisenton, because she had a Nuka on the field. She can absolutely load up on cards before running. So Seisenton can't just blow her up. Where are you playing that raindrops? Not archives, not archives. Yes! Okay. All right. We're not dead.
Oh my god. Okay.
Not yet, at least. 1 in 4, she hits the bite, which we're very happy about, because then she's got to waste her last click. Yes! Clearing the tag. Okay. But again, she does know the deck. She knows we don't really have tag punishment, so she might just not care.
Yeah.
Okay, she cleared the tag. We are still alive, just barely.
Oh yeah, the fucking scorpion. Yeah, that guy's annoying.
That was very scary. Alright, next turn we slap Charlotte down. We probably slap Vampy on archives. Although I would love to keep an ice in hand so I can get money off these Tatu Bolas, because they're useless otherwise. There's Chashtushka. This is the thing that Sabotage is for, so that's not ideal. Shit. That really puts a big ol' hole in my game plan.
Oh.
Do we put Vamp down? Yeah, let's put Vamp down. Yeah, no further actions. We can dump Tatu Bola. We can dump Anoetic. The Charlotte's like... Well, what does the Charlotte actually buy us at this point? We have a ton of money. Most of our ice is rezzed. I think let's just dump the Charlotte to reduce the chances of dumping an agenda out of R&D.
Yeah.
We might still... Okay, lost a hedge fund. Okay, we're safe. I assume last click we're running here to check with the Chashtushka, but you might just save that for next turn, because what am I doing to fix it? Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Oh yeah, Bambi's really useful in Kingdom Hearts if you just want your party members to go away.
Okay, so you might just have Begamonts and Mayflies in this deck. Another Seisenton, that's interesting. Another Regenesis, that's less interesting. It's more of a liability than an asset. Spin Doctor. Let's install you here.
Hoping to beta run on server 1.
Yeah, and if we don't, then, we can just pop the Spin Doctor. Okay, looks like we are getting a run on server 1. Maybe. That might just be setting up for later. Again, if you know the deck, then you know that, like, I'm not... All I could score in one turn here is a Regenesis, and that's not winning me anything. Yeah, this is just set up for a future turn. That's fair enough. Another Spin Doctor. How do we win this game? We need a 3-pointer in the remote. We did not draw a 3-pointer to put in the remote. Let's put back a Spin Doctor and a Bite. Let's put down a Human Resources. And let's put down another Spin Doctor. Oh, we have another click. Let's Golly. What do we do? I think we just draw. Okay.
Yeah, to make it less likely that if she hits your HQ, she just wins.
Right. We're also getting close to milling out, which is not good.
Yeah.
That's the other risky thing about playing a rush strategy out of a system gateway ID that has a smaller deck minimum, you know?
Yeah.
You can draw like a jet engine, but that means you deck out. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to put in here was my virus. It's a Gentech acid that lets you purge virus counters, because that would come in a lot of handy here.
Yeah.
Okay, this can't kill, but it could goof you up pretty damn bad. But you're gonna simulchip back a Mayfly so that you. Well, oh yeah, you'll spend a botulus to get it. Oh no, just fire all. Okay, that goofed you up pretty damn bad. Case in point. Encounter. And then you can break the damage things here. Alright. Get to put something on R&D, which I want to do because I don't want you to score a lucky agenda. Okay. Humanoid. Bop. Okay. What is the game plan here? I think the game plan is we stick this on HQ. We stick this on archives. We don't plan operation. And we drop something into archives to get $1 out of it and bait another Seisenton. Or no, that's Tatu. That's just make money. Yeah, Seisenton's over on HQ because our HQ is loaded with agendas.
Yeah, so is the plan to like bait the archives run when there's no agenda so you can then put an agenda in there next turn and then get
thinking
the win
is,
with the Regenesis?
What I've got in mind is we just I'm baiting the archives run just to make money off the Tatu Bolas. If they run HQ, then these are both damage dealers and they're getting pretty low on cards. So that should be pretty effective. I just want to win by just installing advancing Fuji. I just couldn't do that this turn because of humanoid resources.
Right, okay.
Pinhole.
That's true. She doesn't have many cards left to use for tanking damage.
Pinhole and Spin Doctor is wasted, so that's good for us. Put back the bite, and I mean, we don't need card draw at this point. We're gonna deck ourselves. Put back the bite and just a hedge fund.
Yeah, hedge fund makes sense.
Running hot, okay. So running hot, she took core damage in order to get basically a second turn, which is a rough thing for us. The Brawn might come into play. Oh, what can we afford to dump here? This sucks.
I mean, do you need the hedge fund you just drew?
I didn't draw it. I put it back into the deck with Spin Doctor.
Oh, right, duh.
We can drop the Spin Doctor. I think the Brawn is what we have to drop, unfortunately. Our hand is nothing but agendas and a bite. This sucks.
I mean, what if you drop? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the dropping bite wouldn't have been crazy either. Brawn, yeah, Brawn might have been. Well, no, Brawn does nothing because of Begamot. Begamot cracks Brawn for 1 credit, so that's fine.
All right, that's true.
Oh, but now the tattoos don't make me any money because I have no ice. Well, is what it is. Okay, you're doing a run. So you know there's something in there. You're just trying to defuse it right now. This is not a bad turn to be doing that. Other than it's using up the Botulus here. I assume you leave the card draw because I have no cards left to draw, you know? No, not letting me draw. Okay, you are... Oh, letting me have money. That also makes sense. Yep. Okay, we do have to res both of these. Managarm first. Now, if she's smart here, what she can do... She paid the clicks. If I use Anoetic, she might be betting that I'm so flooded that there's at least one agenda. She might just be trying to make the archives run juicier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can't trigger Anoetic without throwing out an agenda.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if I don't trigger the Anoetic, I'm maybe signaling there's too many agendas in HQ to trigger it. You know what I mean?
I guess you're right, because otherwise, like, she trashes the Anoetic, but...
Right, if I don't do this, she trashes this stuff, and it makes it trivial to steal,
But then how much does the Anoetic cost to trash?
Anoetic is dirt cheap to trash because it's so strong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's the... Yeah, I'm just gonna... And even the fact that I'm thinking this hard about it has already kind of tipped my hand a little bit here. Because if I've got this many cards in hand, why wouldn't I just do it? Well, because they're all agendas.
Yeah.
You get into Archives for 2 credits. I think no. I think I have to let you in, which is a bummer. Oh, right, because Katurga also helps you here. Yeah, I think we're cooked. Oh, Ashen Epilogue. That sucks. Oh, but you didn't spend any money getting rid of this stuff. Okay, interesting.
Huh.
Oh, because you needed the money for Ashen, right? I think that was probably not the right call, but... I'm gonna get a little funny here, because I just drew Peer Review, where I get to show my hand except for 1 card, and then install something. I'm gonna show her that we've got nothing but agendas, because this is a nightmare to run. Especially with this little amount of money. This might be wrong, but it's funny, and that's important.
Yeah, I think you should do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide the bite so you don't know. And then... Wait, what? Oh, hold on. Wait, I did that wrong. Undo, click, bop, private. There we go. Server 1. And then advance. This is real stupid.
Yeah, it sure is.
How much I can do up to 8 damage? This might have been the wrong way to play this. I might be betting on the bite saving us here. Which has a 1 in 4 chance of saving us. Nuka. Are you just gonna drop even more with Nuka and just make sure you can tank whatever bullshit I'm trying to do over here? That'd be the correct way to play it.
It's rough being on the Twitch stream delay.
Oh, sure. I could probably share my screen.
Yeah, that'd be easier for me to like do commentary on.
Yeah. I forgot about that aspect of it. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Steel skin. Okay. Oh, you took core damage. You took core damage. Oh, but you're on 0 clicks. You're on 0 clicks. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Or unless you play. Oh, you played running hot. I do care. Oh no. Oh no.
Hold on. What does running hot do?
Running hot gives her 3 more clicks.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta dump the bite. I cannot dump a single agenda because that makes this a trivial win. Which is unfortunate because, I think she has us over a barrel. I think we're just cooked. But we'll see. We'll see.
Right, yeah, because her goal is probably to get you to dump one of the agendas into archives.
That's exactly what the goal is. She's only down to 1 click now, though.
Now, if you're lucky, she'll think you just did dump one into archives.
Right. Yeah, because you can't check HQ and archives now.
Yeah.
This game has gone nuts.
Yeah, it's a real roller coaster of emotions.
This is a real silly game of Netrunner is what this has been. There we go. Raindrops and archives.
Yes, the archives.
Okay, we win. No, don't get in there. I got my tattoo bolas. They're gonna wait. Oh, you're letting it bounce? Okay. You have given up in your heart?
All right.
I'll accept that. All right.
Why?
Not sure. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but
yeah, but still, I mean, if you think the win is in there, why do you bounce out?
Yeah. I'm not too sure what the idea was there. I'm sure Justine will rejoin the chat in a moment here, and we can ask what the thinking was. Whew. That game was.
Goddamn.
We had no right winning that game.
This game of Netrunner felt like a Fargo episode.
Yeah. Man, that was a rough one. Like, we won, but I don't feel good about that win. What did we learn from that? We learned that Begamot really kind of just dumps all over this deck because the only the only ETRs we have are barriers. Everything else is porous. So that's maybe something to think about. I'm not sure what we could do about it. Yeah, I'm not offhand. I don't really know how you fix that. We can try one more, I think. Let's see. Yeah, Justine, you're gonna watch the VOD, you're gonna hear me just sweating bullets the entire game.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, oh.
There are multiple times where you nearly, like, you could have had Luke dead to rights.
The turn where you put Begamot down, I was just purely the, like, meme of, like, the mech pilot being like, I'm a genius, oh no! Yeah, Ace is mean. I have not played Ace myself, but you can do some mean stuff with it. It's not fun to lose your cards, it turns out.
No.
I say as someone that does a lot of damaging corp decks.
It's not really a good strategy anymore, but back in the day, I used to really like playing black magic decks because they got all the discard stuff.
Like,
and it was just fun to be like, now I'm going to discard a card from your hand randomly. Ha ha ha.
Oh, sure. Yeah, hey. That's a core mechanic of Netrunner.
Yeah. In Magic, it's not so much good anymore.
Yeah.
People don't really play hand discard.
Yeah.
There's not much hand discard in like current cards anyway. And in like the eternal formats, you just have far better targeted removal. So there's no point.
Yeah, that makes me sad to hear because I'm with you. I want the control element of like you don't have options. I don't really care about hitting your specific guys. I just don't want you to be able to do anything, ideally. I was always big, I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! As like a teenager. I was always big into like gravity bind decks. Where like any monster with like high, I think it was level 4 or higher, can't attack. I was like, I'm just going to use all my shitty little guys to get you. And none of your cool big guys can do anything.
Oh, who the hell is this guy?
Moosely Hot. That's another one of the elevation IDs. Anytime at the beginning of each of her turns, she can look at the top card of the deck, and if it's a run event or a breaker, she can show it to me in order to draw it for free.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was one of the ones I was looking at when I was like, well, I should make a criminal deck.
Moosely Hot's really solid and very like beginner friendly because she's just so much free card draw.
Yeah, and also like, criminals fucking love icebreakers and run events, so you're gonna be putting those in your deck anyway.
Exactly. All right. I should not have mulled. I liked the old hand better. All right. Well, it's criminal, so I don't want to hit a transfer of wealth turn 1. So icing HQ is like basically forced.
Yeah. That would suck.
And because the only ice we have is super expensive, we need to make sure we have money. So I guess we Hansei, toss out the bite, and draw. Next turn, can throw just Charlotte behind a Samaxamoon and start building up cards and money that way. Okay. You got your decoder down early. Little do you know, we've got like no good code gates in this deck. Vampire Nos is good. I shouldn't. Yeah, that's actually a pretty important card for our win condition. So the thing about Vampire Nasa is that if it fires, I get 2 credits and get to draw 2 cards, which means it pays for Anoetic Void by itself.
Okay. Also, a correction. I'm actually wrong about hand discard not being played anymore. It is still played in some formats. Like I'm looking at some decks in the Canadian Highlander Winners Archive, and a lot of the decks with black in them play stuff like Dread Fugue and Duress, which are
knife
both
deck. Oh,
discard.
Wow.
So discard is still a thing.
Interesting. They are knifing. Oh wow, you're getting a knife off turn 2. This is gonna be a game right here. There's no point in rezzing this because you'll just bypass it with Vibrato. So go ahead.
Knife is the one where they win
if they run all 3
enough
central
knife
servers,
damage.
they get to put this in their score area, and if they do it 3 times, they win.
Okay, yeah.
Generally, Knife is not that good. Or at least no one's really figured out how to make it that good. But it's fun, and it catches people off guard. So, you know, there's something to be said for it.
Justine saying, I tried to make this work, but Crim just isn't my faction.
Yeah, I think Muslahat is probably the smartest Crim to try to play Knife out of.
Just because you can get, like, some free card draw to
exactly.
help...
Like, the most important thing
your click efficiency.
If you're playing Jchinyo is card draw, yeah. Alright, draw up. Let's defend R&D. Let's advance Charlotte.
I feel like I have a hard time figuring out what runner deck I gel with.
Yeah.
Well, what runner faction I gel with. Like, with Corp, it's easy.
Yeah.
I like Wayland, and I like Haas Bioroid.
Oof, okay, I don't like having this many Gendos. But that's fine, is what it is.
It's Me really says, I think you could have let it go through because he was on 0 cred until after run ended, and then you wouldn't have given card draw or spent 3 cred.
That's a really good point. I did not need to res the Moxamoon. I wasn't thinking about that. That's a good call. All right, knife number 2 already. Oh god, this is gonna be so expensive. Oh wait, oh no, you're not playing Tread Lightly, so yeah, we should res this while you don't have Tread Lightly out. Rare and elusive double Brawn Gambit. Alright. Draw up with Charlotte. Do we replace Charlotte with Humanoid? I think that's generally the move. Yeah. Let's do that, and then we can pivot towards... Yeah, okay. We'll do that. Let's do... this, and let's credit. Then we can use Humanoid to put down Anoetic and an Agenda. Ideally, we end up swapping Tatu for Vamp. Always have a backup plan. Shit. I felt like a clever little boy when I realized that always have a backup plan is better post-rotation, and everyone forgot about it. And anytime I see anyone else using it, I'm like, that was my idea. Stop it.
Give me credit.
Only I'm allowed to go back and look at old cards everyone forgot about because they were bad when they were printed.
Ismio really also suggests the turn could have been advance Charlotte trash for +2, install Tatu.
Yep, nope. I think that would have been better. You're fine. You know, I don't mind backseating. I'm certainly not a Netrunner expert. I do not mind getting some input on how I could be playing better, and I think so far you've got good points that you're making all around.
Yeah, and I'm mostly here for the color commentary. I don't know shit.
Yeah, no, advancing Charlotte would have gotten more value out of the turn, especially when I just drew anyway. Backup. Oh, okay, this is the Tread Lightly turn. I'm not going broke to res this. I just don't think that makes sense. Backup planning into Brawn. Are you going to burn a... Yeah, you can afford to burn a click to stop the install. That's unfortunate, yeah. And then you just run it again. Come through, you might score, but you don't care about scoring. You did not score. Run archives. Yeah, this is not great. Now, the one plus side we have in our favor is that there's one more knife out of 30 cards in their deck.
True.
The odds of them already having the last one lined up are low. But there's no reason it can't be the very next card in their deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, like, runner, there are some tutors that runners get access to, right?
Yeah. The main tutors that work on Jaichinyo are, what's his name? Osmond Pudlot, where when you put him down, you can search your deck for 2 weapons or viruses, and at the start of your turn, you can take one of them. So he tutors, but he's slow. The other one that I'll bet they're on is Wizard's Chest, which you res it, and then if you run... Not res it, you install it. And if you run all 3 central servers, you can... Like, I forget exactly how it works. I think you declare a type of card, like hardware, and then you just reveal cards off the top of your deck until you hit a hardware and you install it. So the idea is you have basically as little hardware as possible, other than probably Wizard's Chest, Knives, and Swift, which helps get you clicks for the runs. So you have very high odds of doing a Wizard's Chest run, installing Knife, and you've already met the conditions for the Knife by meeting the conditions for Wizard's Chest, you know?
Yeah.
That would be the thing to be afraid of here. Okay. So we need to protect. We need to stem this bleeding, because we're bleeding a lot.
From all the knives.
Yes, exactly.
You got some knife wounds in you.
Let's get Boto over here. Let's get... I think we can afford to just toss an agenda a little unprotected over here, because they don't care about this remote. They care about winning off of their knives. So they're probably not going to waste resources running the remote. Especially not when they already have 2 knives, you know? So let's Hansei, and we can pitch... What do we pitch here? Do we pitch an agenda? I think we pitch an agenda to set up for the hopeful eventual Regenesis. Yeah, me saying there's only 1 knife in 30. It's me. That's moments before disaster speech. You're about to get wizard chested. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As I ask, so how many tutors are there? Domingo, you should play Ace Attorney Investigations.
Hell yeah. Ace Attorney Investigations not my I don't think anyone's favorite Ace Attorney, you know.
Well, no, but it's like still a pretty solid game.
It's solid. It's nothing wrong with it. So you plan to just tank the damage to get through some Oxamoon, and these combined are only 5 damage, which is 1 shy of killing your ass, so I do have to go ahead and res. I could have. I mean, something to have been said for letting it through and just dropping their hand size to 0 in exchange for giving up 3 points, but...
Yeah.
You know, all my barriers are out right now. Yeah, honestly, this deck might be a little too barrier heavy. I think that was, like we said, you know, that Begamot really goofed our game last time because it's just a really strong Fractor, it turned out. We didn't have enough of anything else. Alright. Hit you with the other Brawn.
Bravado. What?
Yeah, Bravado, they run any server that has ice on it, and then at the end of the run, they get 6 credits, plus 1 credit for each ice they passed.
I see. Okay.
But it also costs 3 to play, so it's a net gain of 3 minimum. Yeah, Begamont's very feast or famine. That is kind of the gambit you're playing with Begamont. It's one of those combos that, like, it sounds so fun on paper and it's really hard to make work, but, chromatophores to turn every ice into a barrier, plus a Begamont, or, plus insert strong breaker here it's such a fun idea, and when it works, it feels so good, but every other time it doesn't work, you're like, why do I have this dumb octopus taking up room in my deck? It's not doing shit. Okay. So at this point, I think they are kind of stuck digging for a Fractor. Because they only have so many bypasses they can use. Yeah, can't justify the influence. That makes sense. Oh, they threw out a revolver. That's fascinating. Because that means if we draw a Saisenton, we can really goof them up. Let's toss that down and double advance this.
A lot of cards in the grip.
Yep. I said I think they're just digging for Fractors at this point.
Yeah, probably.
And Criminal does not have great Fractor options. They could have imported Rising Tides, because I have not really seen much influence spent here. Raindrops is not nothing. That's 3. So if they have 3 copies of that, that's already 9 points spent. Because Kurapira is expensive, and it kind of, pays for itself if you get it down early and use it often, but they have not gotten it down early. And it's a nightmare to get through Brawn with Kurapira. It costs, 3 to boost? It costs, 6? No, it's only 1 strength. It costs 8 to break with Kurapira. So we are more than happy about that. But it does get through here relatively affordably. That's 1 plus 1, 2, 3. That's 4 credits. So they can go broke going through here, but it gets them 2 Kurapira counters, which gets them close to a free Brawn. Oh, and overclock to... Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So they don't go broke doing this. Yep.
All right, yeah, overclock is the one that gives you a bank of 5 credits, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well... They get 3 points, take 2 damage, and they've got 2 Kurapira counters, which I don't love to see. Yeah, in my experience, this tends to be how knife deck games go. They can score 1 or 2 knives really fast, and then it's just kind of like, well, shit, I have to protect against that last knife while trying to also win. And it kind of just slows everything down. I think we peer review, hide that we have the send a message, install advanced send a message. Because, well, they can get it. They can get it. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. Oh, right, because they even have... Well, Shibboleth does not break this very nicely. It costs, what, 6 to break with Shibboleth? And that's before we get on threat. I think let's do this. Install this. Advance and install. And call it there. I don't know what they have to say. They have to say something. I'm not that. This is a real. Yeah, I mean it's more. Like I said, try to score fast, try to keep you out, but. Anawakan Central wouldn't have been a bad idea either to defend against the knife. I'm just more thinking, this is the challenge we face, right? If I just stop them from stabbing me, that's not how I win the game. I win the game by scoring agendas. So unfortunately, I do need to make this remote crackable. Uncrackable, rather. But I definitely hear you. Like, there is sense to that. Not enough anemone to be a damage check? Yeah. No anemones, no Reaper functions, no FUT. Come on in. I'll happily hit you with a Vampire and Asa. Between that and Chromatophore is clearly the better, cephalopod.
All right, cephalopod tier list.
I think it's A, Vampirinasa, like C or D Chromatophores.
World says Southern Luke moment.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would love if this was Regenesis Quail. That would make me very happy if I had drawn one of the 3 fucking Regenesises in this deck. I think that'd be peachy keen.
If only.
I've had that Fuji just sitting in archives for God knows how long. Like, well, we're gonna draw Regenesis eventually. It's fine to just dump it. And...
Yeah, surely. I have only 25 cards left. Surely.
Right. Where are we going with this? Over here. That's 10 to res, but I get a rebate on it. I think we do it. I think we do it, especially with Charlotte in there. Yeah, we do this. Yeah, Charlotte should draw you now. Yeah, exactly. Basically, I think they don't care that much about, like, getting at this. It seemed like they were reading it as an agenda. I think they mostly care about hitting some Moon to power up Corapira to get through these cheaply. And Vampire Nasa, no matter which way you play it, that doesn't work. Okay. No further action. Continue movement. Are you just going to let the Samok fire? Or are you going to back off? I'm curious what they're like. I don't want to get to threat. I wonder if they're reading that this is measured response or what. Yeah, I think you jack out here.
Okay. Remain
so
safe.
Whining about. Listen. All right. Res the Charlotte. Draw a Regenesis. God damn it. Let's slap Manic Arm down. Let's advance Charlotte. And they have not checked this at all. I think they don't care about what I'm putting over here. I think I can do that, and they're not going to check it. That's my bet. I think they're going to read it as either a Spin Doctor or a trap or just something they don't care about. Oh, yeah, there's a wizard chest in the trash. Now, the fact that they threw that out is interesting. Because did they throw it out or did they take it from damage? Hold on. Yeah, discards from their grip. So that means either it's in hand or they have another wizard's chest in hand. Yeah. This is also a really weird move. I guess they just need money and they're just going to click through the brawn. And I guess Swift does mean they're not spending their whole turn on this, but still kind of an odd play. Okay. All right. Charlotte, give me a damn Regenesis. Where are they? Where's my good friend Regenesis, please? My crops, they're wilting. All right. Oh my, still no?
Oh my god. You only have 16 cards left.
I've got 16 cards left and 3 of them are Regenesis. Okay, we should... What should we do here? Let's toss you onto R&D. Let's get you down in case they decide to run archives. Let's play the hedge fund. And now with Spin Doctor down, we can afford to throw out a second agenda. And Tattoos are kind of a liability here because it feeds Corapira. I think I did upset some kind of fortune teller.
You spurned a witch in disguise and they fixed you.
Exactly. To be fair, Justine, I don't blame the deck so much for why our game went so crooked. I was just very dumb. And it was like, surely a Tatu Bola on Archives is all I need to protect it, right? Surely that's impenetrable. One silly little armadillo, that's all you gotta do. Bottom 3 are Regenesis. Please, no. Anything. That's fine. Next card's going to be Regenesis. No problem. If I don't care about archives, that would be true. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But perhaps on the turn that I dump an agenda and put a Regenesis down, maybe, just maybe, I should care about defending archives. I don't know. Crazy thought. the line, but it's so scuffed. Really curious to see what they do. Am I feeling like it's time to hit the gas? What I would love to do is just slam Regenesis, but if it's not going to give that to me, then yeah, I should just try to score this, send a message, I think. I've got Skunk Void set up. Transfer of wealth. Are you paying for this? Are you going broke for this? You're paying 8 to gain 6, so you have the last knife in hand. This move makes no sense otherwise. And you hit a bite. What we kill. Oh, man! Oh,
Yeah.
oh no! Lost the wizard's chest. That might have just screwed it for them. I think they're in trouble after that. Whoo!
Beautiful. Never underestimate the bite.
Never underestimate the bite, baby.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I think we just slam the send a message, advance it. I think Skunk Void plus Vamp plus their credits are pretty poor. Ooh, okay. Well, now we have to ask ourselves, does this hold up? Well, one of these they get through for free. The other one costs 8. That does 3 damage to them. That is less expensive to get through than this. So you would use the bypass on one of the bronze. We got to think through this. I think they die if they try to stab me. I think.
It's Mio really says, if you 3 times ice R&D, then the third Dobrado cannot get past the innermost brand on R&D.
That's a very good point. Because if we put down size, my thinking is that if they want to score that Jatencho and win the game, they're pretty tight on clicks. Getting, say, a killer down, not really an option for them, I don't think. Because that costs money, and then where do they get the money back? They've used 1 Dobrado, right? No, okay, they're down 2 Dobrados. They've got 1 left. They have used 1... They've used 2 backup plans up, so they might have 1 of those left. They've got 1 Tread Lightly left. Yeah, this might be a time to play defensive. Advance Charlotte, put Saisentan on R&D, and then just credit? Yeah, that's probably... Advance Charlotte, second ice, both archives and HQ to make it worse to land the knife. Yeah, I think advancing Charlotte makes sense here. I think... Because they've already lost a revolver. So what else? I mean, they probably have at least 1 more revolver in the deck, I would assume. But if that's click 1, click 2 assumes some kind of run event, so click 2 is free. So they still have enough clicks to do all the runs. The only problem we run into here is... yeah, if we ice everything up really tightly... I mean, how much money? Yeah, we're like tight on money here because Saisentan and Empiricist alone costs basically everything. We can't res everything. That's the tight bit. Don't have Bodo at threat yet. That would make Kuru counters a bit useless. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like, honestly, our best the best case for us is if they start off running HQ and hit the send a message, because that brings threat up. It gives us a free Boto res. Yeah. I think let's Saisenton R&D to make it Debrato proof and credit. And then that credit makes it so we can res both of these boys. And it's very possible we can just kill them if they don't respect it and get Killer down before they do the run. Unless they steal all our dang money. That's still not a bad situation to be in at all. Especially if they hit the send a message like we're sort of soft hoping that they do. Oh, they clicked through it. Oh, they're not going to try to score the knife this turn. Okay. That's true. Debrato only gets one bypass before we're on threat. I forgot about that. Yeah. Taking so many tags. Don't worry about it, buddy. I've got no tag punishment. I did think about whether Mindscaping makes sense here, just because, like, it's not a bad card even if you're untagged. And, hey, if, say, a situation like this comes up, it gets you a little extra value. But, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably, honestly, Predictive would be better for the same concept. But Predictive costs influence. So, Predictive would probably be a better include than Powers, though. I think Predictive is one influence, right?
Let me check.
Predictive planogram is... Yeah,
one influence. Yeah,
so that might make sense. Okay. Well, then in that case, I think let's... Well, I think let's try. This might be getting greedy, but they can also just sit on their laurels, let me flood up. Like, I do have to. Am I sure there's Regenesis in this deck? Pretty sure. I seem to remember them being in there last game. Carpe, yep. This might just kill. This might just outright kill you.
That'd be really funny if you just did enough damage to murder.
If they have a single event in their hand, I win. And criminals like events. I'm just gonna type a quick little greater than sign colon close bracket. That's the game.
Yeah, that's such a funny way for this deck to win.
You try to stab me, I stab you. How about that? How about I stab you instead?
What if you didn't need the Regenesis?
Yeah, right? I'm going to run to the restroom real quick, but Iris, if you want to hold down the fort, if they come into chat, by all means.
Oh, God. I hope they don't expect me to know anything.
But yeah, I'll be back in just a moment, folks.
Okay, sure, yeah. Card games. Netrunner. This is why I both love Netrunner and am fucking scared to death of Netrunner. Is because there is approximately 1 billion ways that things can go down. So I just often suffer from choice paralysis. Hey, Dormingu. Yeah. I've stopped playing FF14 stuff, but I'm always behind. Yeah, Netrunner truly is a game of many faces. Luke is currently on a break and will be back soon. So instead, you have to listen to me, who knows nothing about this. Most of what I know of Netrunner is when I did play it. I loved playing Wayland and just shooting people in the face. That was back when it was a lot easier to do that. Back before null signal even. And they've made it harder now, which makes me sad, but also was the correct thing to do because it was maybe a bit too easy to shoot people in the face. That's true. Measured response is fairly easy. I'm just remembering Scorched Earth. Because measured costs more and has like the threat level. It does more damage. It's just harder to get off than Scorched Earth was, but also Scorched Earth was maybe too good. So, fair. I've been playing. What games have I been playing? I've been playing that's true. Getting tags does suck more now. I need to get back into playing Magic the Gathering. I keep booting up Arena and then immediately closing it, and just playing something else. But I do need to start playing some more Magic Arena because I do love Magic. I wish I had more opportunity to play Canadian Highlander, which is one of my favorite Magic formats. It's a 100 card singleton. No ban cards, but certain cards have have a certain amount of points assigned to them, and you can only have up to 10 points in a deck. So really powerful cards are kind of limited in that function. You can't just play all of them. But the problem is that all my local Canadian Highlander tournaments happen when I am at work. And also a lot of the online tournaments also happen while I'm at work. So I don't really have many opportunities to actually play it. I should bug Mikey to play Canlander with me more. I'd really like to try Riftbound, but none of the stores around me have any Riftbound stock, and that kind of seems to be the case for all stores right now. So that it might be a while until I try Riftbound. Oh yeah, I want to play Dispatch, because I tried the demo, and I really loved that demo. And Zoe seemed to dig the whole thing a bunch. So yeah, I should I'm waiting for Dispatch to go on a sale, just because like I have so many games I am currently playing right now. Like I'm still playing Warframe a lot. I'm playing so much goddamn Warframe. Really excited for the next update coming out for Warframe on December 10th. Excited to kiss that nun. I think. Oh yeah, I've also been playing. I played a little bit of Digimon Story Time Stranger. But then I stopped playing it because one of my friends was using it for.
I have returned.
Oh, hey. We're just talking about some games we've been playing.
Yeah.
I was talking about Warframe and Digimon Story Time Stranger.
Nice. I started playing Final Fantasy X.
Hell yeah. How have you been liking Final Fantasy X?
I'm very early still.
Okay.
I'm playing along with our friends over at the Book of Medora podcast, and they go pretty slow because they really like to pick over all the details of everything. So I just did the first. It felt like the first real boss fight where you're like on the boat and Sin attacks.
Oh yes, yeah.
Pretty fun. I have other thoughts, but I want to save them for our pod tomorrow. I don't want to have the same conversation with you twice in a row.
That is true.
Okay, so
pod.
Yeah, I think there's something there with this RH deck. I do still think it needs some tweaks. And I don't totally know what those... I'm going to cut the powers for predictive. I think that is just the right idea. There is a guy at my local Netrunner scene who's very much like, do you have spare influence in your corp deck? Put powers at B. Just do it. It's the best card. And I don't totally disagree with him. But I think for what we're doing, predictive planogram, it gets us money, it gets us card draw. As we saw in that game, if Regenesis doesn't want to show up, it can sometimes be a rough go. And yeah, I do think we are a little overloaded on barriers and perhaps need some non-barrier cards so that other icebreakers are necessary against us. Not sure that Samoxamoon... Well, I do like Samoxamoon. It screws over Botulis, it screws over Boomerang, screws over Audrey. They got rid of Matryoshka, so that's one less thing it can do well against. But, one ain't bad. 3 Tatu Bolas might be overkill. But...
Also, redundant Quail did show up in the chat.
Oh, yeah? What'd they have to say?
Not installing that Mayfly was really greedy, but in my defense, I forgot Satan San exists.
It was greedy to just run headlong into unresed Jinteki Ice without anything that can deal with Saisenton. I do have to agree with your post-game analysis. 8 out of 14 isn't terrible since much of the others won't really end the run. Ideally, I would love some non-barriers that will end the run, and I think Jinteki is just a little strapped for those, unfortunately. And we can only import so much. Arguably, maybe we should be spending this influence on something else then. Avshar wouldn't be a crazy import. MIC wouldn't be a crazy import. What does MIC cost to import? MIC... Only 2. Replacing the bronze with MICs might honestly make a lot of sense here, actually. It's the same res cost. It's the same influence cost.
There's a different type that you're not.
It's a code gate and not a barrier, so it just gives us a little bit more, resiliency. Because we have Bodo's in faction to end the run from barriers. As we saw, we don't necessarily need run-ending sentries. I think that change makes sense. I think let's drop the bronze and add 2 MICs. Because those are also, they make the runner lose clicks. You don't necessarily expect them not out of HB, so, it can really catch you off guard. I think that is a solid plan. If they wait to skip it, they just make Manic-Arm Void Nasher. Exactly, yes. It makes it so that you can't click through Manic-Arm. I think that change makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and also I guess the question would be, is it harder to kill a end of run code gate that's at 4 strength than it would be a barrier that's at 4 strength?
Well, Braun's at 6 strength. Braun's huge.
Oh, 6 strength. Okay.
Yeah. Braun's gigantic. Braun is very difficult to break unless you are, for instance, playing a really aggressive Asa game and get your Begamon up to 6 strength, and then you break it for peanuts.
Yeah.
I would say they are roughly comparable. Obviously, yeah, MIC's 2 less strength, and yeah, I'm trying to think, what are the big decoders? I mean, Shibboleth breaks it for...
Yeah, because that's the thing, is like, what's the breakers you're most likely gonna run up against, and like...
Shibboleth breaks it for 7, and that's before it gets its, or no, it breaks it for 5, which is, you know, that's expensive, and then once it loses its, strength boost at threat, it costs 2 more, so 7.
Yeah.
So Shibboleth does not like this thing. What are the other big decoders? I mean, what do you call it? Euler eats any code gate. That's how Euler works. I have forgotten every other decoder in the game of Netrunner. Buzzsaw, right. Yeah, Buzzsaw... Nakedly, Buzzsaw hates this thing. It breaks it for, like, what, 5? Actually, that's...
But also, if someone's using Buzzsaw, they're almost certainly using Trojan.
They're almost certainly using Leech to, like, reduce...
Right, Leech, not Trojan. I was thinking the wrong virus.
No, you're good. Yeah, I mean, it is very rare to just see Buzzsaw without help, but even so, yeah, I mean, it don't line up bad to Buzzsaw. 4 is a pretty important, like, strength. Like, MIC, overall, a very strong piece of ice. I think this change makes a lot of sense when we're already so barriered up. Unity doesn't really care once they're set up. That's also true, yeah. But, you know, again, that's every code gate in the game. I like those changes, and I will continue futzing with this, but let's think about runners for a bit, because we have not done that. So I think Shaper is the faction I have been away from the longest, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about trying to make here.
Yeah, that's convenient, because like Shaper is the one I would be interested in seeing run, just because they've always fascinated me, but I've never really been sure how to play them.
Shaper is a really cool faction. When I was first playing this game, you know, my first run of it back in, like, you know, 2014, 2015, I was very intimidated to even try Shaper. They just seemed way too big-brained. It's all, like, combos that somehow tutor out your whole deck in one turn and then shuffle it back, and it's like, I'm hosting... Like, I'm tutoring out a recursion to recur a different tutor to tutor out a card that'll host a piece of recursion that'll tutor out another host, and, like, I don't... Oh, God, I just want to steal agendas. What's going on here? I think actually forcing myself to mess around with them, they are less intimidating than they seem. It basically, you know, in the, you know, ideal world, Shaper just means, yeah, I've got a lot of tutors and I can just kind of grab whatever I want whenever I want it, you know?
Yeah. How would you feel about how do you feel about Captain Padma?
Captain Padma is a runner that we can try to build Captain Padma. She is, like, cool on paper and very hard to make work. And the big
my other idea was Magdalene.
Magdalene was kind of where I was leaning. Let me look up. So
why don't we do Magdalene? If
okay. The big thing with Padma is that when she came out, they also printed this card, which is meant to be like her console endurance.
Yeah.
When you install this hardware, place 3 power counters on it. The first time each turn you make a successful run, place a power counter on this hardware. Use 2 hosted power counters to break up to 2 subroutines.
Yeah, so she's meant to power her own, like, way through ice. It's like it's literally an icebreaker ship. Yeah.
Right, and the idea is by running R&D, you're charging endurance up. It also gets you, you know, bonus memory. The problem is, this card is fucking cracked. And
it's too good.
They banned the shit out of it, which makes sense, except that means that Padma's missing a really important part of her game plan that nothing has really appeared to fill the void of, you know?
Yeah, they kind of eliminated the thing that she was meant to be paired with.
Exactly. So without that, it's really hard to make Padma work. People try. There, like a week or two ago, there was a deck list of the week that had a kind of cool Padma build. I think she's someone that everybody wants to make work, and nobody has really cracked the code on it. The problem ends up being that, like, her ability fires when you run R&D. So they put even just a few pieces of really nasty ice on R&D, so you can't fire the ability without either eating shit or spending a ton of money to avoid eating shit. Plus, unless you're setting up for multi-axes or have like cards like Illumination ready to go, R&D runs are not the most like productive thing you can be doing outside of powering Padma. Like, just seeing the top of R&D is like not bad, but
yeah,
you would rather be running HQ or the remote or just installing stuff. It's it is a tough game plan to make all click together.
Yeah.
Hey, here's hoping Vantage Point prints some stuff that makes Padma useful. Elevation got close. Cacophony kind of gives her something to do, but it's not quite enough on its own. Because Cacophony is a charge-up card that you can take 2 power counters off of it to sabotage 3. So you can kind of do a weird, like, mill thing. It just kind of becomes like, if you want to mill them, why are you not just playing Essa,
Yeah.
But yeah, why don't we try Maggie? Maggie is who I took to the Mega City tournament back in the summertime. I like her a lot. How do I swap out the... Do I do it over here? Yeah. Magdalene, there we go. Ran a Maggie deep dive deck that was a lot of fun. In theory, could win a lot. I think my first round, I literally won in like 10 minutes. Because like turn 2, I like... ran all 3 servers, stole 1 agenda out of HQ, and then stole 2 out of R&D with Deep Dive.
Damn.
And I was like, well, doesn't always feel good to win that hard, but good game, buddy. And then I spent the rest of the tournament paying karmically for that win. I had a game against an Atea deck where I set up the Deep Dive with a Hannah to get a bonus click so I could see 2 cards. And I got, I think, I was already on 5 points. So any agenda would do it. And I got 1 point out of it to get to 6 points. They had like a hybrid release. I'm like, okay, cool. I set up a second full Deep Dive with a bonus click. Don't even need it, but, and I see 0 agendas.
Oh, God.
And then they clearly had an agenda ready to score out. I ran it, and I was a single credit short of being able to steal it.
Oh.
And they won the game on me.
Oh.
Whoever was saying, have I pissed off a Netrunner witch? Maybe. All right. Yeah, Padma can charge twinning technically, but that first charge is rough. Yeah, you could do twinning. Probably if you wanted to make Padma work, you could do something weird with like Mantle and twinning and hyper. See, that's the other problem with Padma. Padma gets you 1 extra charge, and you think, oh, charging. I should put a bunch of chargeable cards in my deck. But then you're immediately stretching yourself thin, because it's like, well, what do I charge each turn? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really tricky to deploy that.
Because it doesn't charge everything.
Exactly. Because, yeah, my brain would be like, well, I should use Hyperbaric. I can charge it up for free. It's such a strong breaker. But, like, no, you're already committing to using Padma on the twinning. Okay. What are we doing with Maggie? I have never actually done the, like, what do you call it? The KK, what is that guy's name? KK... Knick-Knack O'Brien. There we go. The thing where you just install lots of stuff, sell lots of stuff. This is like the very popular, I guess, Shaper archetype right now. I have not actually played this, so why don't we give it a shot and see how it feels on me. I assume we want 3 sure gambles.
I think Knick-Knack was in the Hoshi deck. I net decked that one time.
Oh yeah. Definitely want 3 DZs. I don't see why we wouldn't want 3 creative comms. We'll throw 3 overclocks in for now, but that might come down to like 2. Overclock's really good to combine with SMC because then it pays for it. Conduit probably not. Unity is probably a yes. We'll throw 1 Unity in for now. Echelon's probably a yes. Nuka probably a yes. Probably 2 pinholes. We're just going to kind of go generic here, just because, again, I really haven't done this type of deck before, and I'm curious to see how this goes. Doing KK, you need Cola Muse, probably? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, grab Muses, grab... Do we already grab Coalescence? Yeah, we did. Okay. Do we want... Yeah, we want Lily Pad, probably, for our console. Stone Ship, I feel like, is less critical than it has been. Kill decks have kind of receded a little bit. It might still make the cut here. I think Cupellation is just a very strong card. Let's toss it in, because we haven't spent much influence yet. We don't have any Fractors yet. I think Propeller makes perfect sense. At least as a starting point. We could try to make room for Rising Tide. We'll see how our influence is looking. I think Ritual makes sense. Mag with Liliapad gives you 6 card hands on Corp turn if needed. Yep, absolutely, because the way Mag works, you can discard a card, then install it at the end of turn, and then Liliapad, you draw a card when you install a program. So yeah, you can end up with a 6 card hand, which can help defend against kills. Spec over Ritual. What is spec? Yeah, no, that's a good call. That's a good call. Let's drop Ritual, put spec work in. Ritual makes more sense if we're using Onacom. Probably toss at least one Azamat in as asset tech. Let's see. Let's stop looking at that and look over here. So we still have 9 influence to spend. Do we have anything? Let's just take a peek. Make sure we haven't skipped an obvious include here. Game Dragon's not a stupid include. It's worth thinking about. Yeah, we do have a lot of potential MU between DZ and Liliapad for sure. So I think Azamat makes sense. Yeah, I'm not anti-Game Dragon, but I'm also not jumping at Game Dragon. Illumination's kind of anti-synergistic with Maggie, because then we're just installing everything, but a counterpoint, we've installed everything. I don't know. That's a thought. I'm not jumping at it. Rigging up keeps propellers live, gets more money out of Coalescence. We should get Euler and the other one named after a mathematician that I can never remember the name of. What's its stupid name? Gauss. Yeah, because rigging up will reset them, make them stronger for longer. What does Cordyceps do? Make a successful run on central server, may remove a virus counter to swap a piece of ice, protecting that server with another installed piece of ice. That card's kind of fun. I don't think that is core to a gameplay. I think that might be a fun little bit of spice if we have some extra space after we get everything set up here, just because who sees that coming? You know what I mean? Let's see, what do we got? Palongi's probably not right for this deck. Principia works for Knick-Knack. If we're doing Principia, we should get Rising Tide. I am already at 43 cards. My deck build is usually just throw everything you like in and then carve it down to 45. I think some people go more, go bottom up. I'm also, hey, not the best deck. But yeah, but tell you what, why don't we grab Principia, ditch Propeller, import some Rising Tides. And yeah, I don't dislike Revolver as a import either. Probably 2. That might even be too much. Revolver. Shaper is full of a lot of fun cards that are hard to find slots for. Yeah.
I love that it's just a gun.
Yeah, just a gun. Sometimes you just shoot them with a gun. I love that, yeah, you spend power counters like they're bullets, and then when the gun is empty, you can trash the program to throw the gun at them for one last attack.
So good.
We have 5 influence, so grab one of those. See, we're already at 47, so we should start thinking about what goes down. Creative Comms just a no-brainer. Pinhole's a no-brainer. I could see going down to 2 spec work. Let's make sure we have all the essentials we need before we start cutting. Because we're also... What's our win con here? Are we just trying to have lots of money and just be able to run the remote whenever they try to score out? Is that the game plan that we're running with here? And then maybe occasionally sweeping the hand with Cupellation? That's what we have right now. If we want to do anything more than that, we're going to have to rethink things to like squeeze in a twinning or a wake implant or something. Anatide plus 2 fermenter. That's not terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm easy to convince. I'm easy to talk into things. Fermenter. I mean, the goal of Knick-Knack would just be to make money, right? So maybe that is where we start at, and then we gotta kick 3 cards. This is my current issue with Shaper. Win cons are not great with DD ban. I agree completely. Their only real win con, and I'm putting all the stink on that word I can, is Cataloger. It's really... Cataloger's no fucking deep dive, buddy. I miss indexing. Well, I don't want to jump away from this deck while we're in the middle of it. If that is the goal, then I do think we should make room for Game Dragon, because that is going to conserve our money. If we're kind of trying to do a poor man's version of like the pre-rotation, like Lat, Exodia, just like Cleaver, Buzzsaw, whatever, Killer, plus Turbine, run the remote to death, then, you know, Game Dragon is the poor man's Turbine. We should get Game Dragon in here. So, let's grab Game Dragon. Which gets us to 50 cards, which means we should start shaving. I don't know about you, Iris. I am personally not like... In any card game, I am less of a dictator about like... Oh, the card maximum is 50 cards or 45 cards. Or hey, what are you doing going 1 card over that? You know, I kind of don't feel that like beholden to that. You know what I mean?
I hate going over.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
I definitely I'm not saying we're playing with 50 cards here, right? Although,
yeah,
my Seb deck I think is 51 or 52. It's up there. But I do think that like there are people that really stress out about hitting like 46. I'm like, buddy, you're gonna be okay on 46. It's not the end of the world. You're gonna live. Especially when you have so many like this deck has 6 tutors in it, you know?
If you got a lot of tutors, it's less of an issue, but also like for me, again, it is such a thing where like you don't go over in Magic unless you're doing something very specific. That's like you really got to justify why you would love drawing that extra card as opposed to literally anything else in your deck.
I hear you. And I think it's a different conversation when we're talking corp decks in Netrunner because the agenda requirements like really make that math funky and like I'm not going to sit here and work out the probability math to justify like going to 54 over 49 or whatever. But like with Runner 2024 World Champ had a 50 card deck. 2025 World Champ had a 51 card deck. I think it might be okay to go to 46, you know? But yeah, what can I think this is just going to turn some of these 3 ofs into 2 ofs. I think 2 spec works is probably fine. The problem also, Shaper has no eternal drip econ. When the deck runs out, your money just runs out. Yeah. I get that. Let's see. We could drop to 2 Principia. That would max out Rising Tide at 3 base strength. That's probably okay. Self-mod can probably go down. Yeah, it probably can. I'm like... you are probably correct. In my mind, I'm like, well, no, that's a tutor. If we're going over 45, then don't we want to keep all the tutors? But, you know, it's expensive. And we do have muses. So, yeah, I think I'm with you on that. Let's drop an SMC. That gets us to 47. I think we're okay to try at 47 here. I'm just trying to make sure we are not, like, forgetting something really obvious. That, like, oh, God, what are we doing playing a deck without this in it, you know? Environmental testing would be nice to have, but I don't see us making room for it. Stone Ship, again, like, good card, useful card, but space is an issue, and kill is just not as all-encompassing as it has been. Telework, good source of money, but I think we're okay on money. What do we got for money? We've got Knick-Knack as the main econ engine. We've got Creative Comms, we've got Gambles. I think we're okay at least trying without telework, and we can always revisit if we're feeling ourselves. If we're feeling that we're broke, we'll say, okay, let's go make room for some telework, I think, is the way to go here. Muse out an SMC for a breaker push comes. Yeah, that is a line you can do. It's not a line I like because I'm cheap. I'm a cheapskate. All right. I'm not sure how I win, but I'm gonna try. Let's see.
There's that can-do attitude.
All right, new runner deck. I really like Arasana as a shaper. I do think the rotation just hurt her a little too much. If she'd even kept, I don't remember the name, but there's like a Trojan killer. If she even just had that, I would really like playing Arasana, but she's like she needs 1 or 2 more support pieces, and I really hope Vantage Point gives them to her. Ika, yes, that's the one. We had like a districts tournament here, like the day Elevation came out, where we had like a side event that was like an Elevation draft, and I played Ari at that. It was my first tournament since I got back into the game, and my Corp deck did horribly. My Ari deck carried me almost into the top cut. Yeah, Shaper Trojan sucks in this rotation. Yeah, they've got, like, Pichishau's good. And, you know, Pichishau's good. Yeah, she, like, has to import everything. So it just really makes it tough to build an Ari deck. All right, let's see. What do you mean I don't have DD? Oh, next year doesn't go. Sure, no, you're right. Pichishau is definitely weaker without Deep Dive, but at the same time, I'm not going to complain about an extra click, especially if I'm clicklessly installing Pichishau in the first place, you know? Like, it definitely got nerfed without DD to back it up, but, like, I still think it's solid. I would still throw at least 1 Pichishau into an Ari deck. Oh god, Proptivost. Okay. Proptivost decks. freak me out because they're usually trap decks. And those are scary. Okay, so money and an early cupulation, not bad. I'm not wild about the other 3 cards in this hand. I mean, Unity we're going to need eventually, so like I'm not mad to have a breaker opening hand, but also I don't care about having it until I know there's a code gate I need to break. This is like right on the line. I'm gonna mull. I think there's better ways to get set up here. I'd rather find my console. I'd rather get DZMZs down. Okay. This is card draw. This is money. This is a muse. Yeah, okay. I'm really not mad about this. Would have loved to keep the cupulation, but otherwise I think I traded up. Principia early is rough. I don't really care about having it. Let's do this. We should run this. Just get it off the board. I'm guessing that this is... Well, okay, so... Can you advance anything? No, it has to be an advanceable card. So that's either Messna Chestfo or you imported something. I think I just draw with Nuka, dump the Principia. I'm not making money off that Principia. Oh, right. Oh, I forgot about Maggie's ability. I'm a dumbass. Can I undo the click? That's fine. I'll just eat the... Forgot about which idea I was playing. I will remember that going forward. Yeah, I could have gotten a Muse down. I screwed up. Is what it is. Use Cold KK next turn. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's do that now, I guess. Yeah. Get from the stack. We want a Coalescence. So that move just pays for itself. Then we do this. We run server 2, sell the Coalescence. Right, you're going to let me in. You're going to let me do this, because then you get to, yeah. Okay, so if we draw with Nuka at this point, we would dump 2 cards. So we'd lose one of them for real. I don't want to lose anything I have in hand right now, is the problem. So I would be betting that I draw something I'm willing to lose. I think... I think I'm just going to credit. We need money. Okay. Actually... Because if that's Messna Chestfo, it would be best for me to force a res on it while I'm broke, so that I don't actually lose anything. But I'm not sure how to... Let's... Thinking. I feel like I don't play as runner as much. I probably should play more because I do feel like Corp, even if it's a new deck, I'm like, I basically know what I'm doing. Runner, I tend to have to think more. I think let's toss Coalescence down, run R&D, sell the Muse, and then grab whatever's off of R&D with Coalescence. Or at least see what it is. Maybe we hold on to it. Okay. Logjam. Yeah, I don't want you having that. Okay. The fact that you keep advancing this and haven't advanced anything, this makes me think this is also a logjam. It could just be you're building up counters on a Messna Chesvo, so you don't have to, you can just sort of set it and forget it, but it's, I'm feeling logjam there. So now if I Nuka, that gets me to 7 cards. I can use my last click to play one of them, discard and install the other. Yeah, that works. Okay. So I think let's Creative Calm, throw out Muse, get another Coalescence. That makes sense to me.
Okay.
I think let's spec work this. Okay. Got our console, which I don't mind, but... Okay, SMC. I did not think through for Maggie, so not getting a Maggie install here, but that's fine. We'll live.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, no big deal. Trash it. So what are we doing here? Okay. Not that stressed out about that. Oop.
Okay.
Scoring something? Scoring something. Okay. Okay. So they've gone through, what, 16 cards? So they probably have more stuff in HQ. But if this is a log jam, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 6 strength. Which is more strength than I can deal with. What does... Well, Rising Tide would be at 2 strength, so it would cost 7 to get it with Rising Tide, right? Yeah. So it's a little early to try to do that.
True, but also, like, I don't know, if you... I guess if you phase check it, they do get 2 credits, but...
Yeah. Ideally, because... DZ gives us a discount on the first program we install. SMC is already free, so installing that as our first install of the turn is kind of wasteful. Let's draw. Okay. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Don't really have anything I'm willing to sell to knickknacks. I don't really want to run, unfortunately. Yeah, I'd like to draw a card. Okay, another Principia. I think let's credit, throw Principia, Simulchip, install the Simulchip. And that starts to make or no, throw out SMC, install the SMC. Yeah. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, that was an upgrade, so that's Ladisiber's Grid, which makes sense for Prov. That's probably more important to get down than this, but that's also protected. It's double protected. Okay.
They really don't want you getting in there.
I'll bet that's an agenda.
Yeah.
So, what is the game plan? We've got a killer that we can get down. We got another Principia in the trash, so Rising Tide is now at 3 strength, which is good. That means that Logjam's going to cost us, I think we said it should be at 6 strength when they res it, which will mean it'll cost us 6 credits to crack. If we overclock SMC, yeah, we can get into HQ. I don't know how necessary it is to get into HQ right now. They're at 13. No, they've gone through 17 cards. So statistically, they probably still have one more agenda in hand, but that's, a guess. Server 3 is either an agenda or they're getting ready to, clearinghouse us or some shit.
Yeah, I guess, theoretically, with an advance ID, they could be putting clearinghouses in there.
They could totally have, clearinghouse and Urtica Cipher and stuff. That's the kind of stuff Prov likes to do. I would love to have a way to... I wish I had something I liked selling to Knickknack. That's what I would like right now. That didn't help. I think let's... Okay. If that is Logjam, it costs 6 credits to res. What if we just slam into it, drag them down to 4 credits? They're not... Either these 2 ices are weak, or they're not resing both of them for 4 credits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with 1 cup already, they're incentivized to protect HQ. I think that's the play. Don't have anything to Knickknack, unfortunately. Oh, it's a cat. Oh. I didn't even think about it being a cat. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. That doesn't really suit anything I got going on. Because that didn't spend that much of their money, and they get money back. Let's... Let's go ahead and overclock into the server. See what they do. We can at least get, a breaker down.
Dreamingu, the last trials I did in FF14 were the first set of the championship ones that ended with the horse lady with the laser cannon. That's the last time I played FF14.
I don't even remember what we picked for a decoder.
Nice.
About to find out. We got... Unity. That makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, threat level is 2. So this would cost a total of, 3, 5 to break. I can't get through it. So I do think we go ahead and let that fire. We don't need both Game Dragons. So I think we drop a Game Dragon, a Coalescence, and... I think the answer is SMC. Yeah, and then install a Coalescence. Well, yeah, I mean, SMC would let us get a Fractor out, but it also is expensive. And we don't have money. We don't so much have any of that money. We need to get that Vig down. It's not doing much, but, you know, we've let him sit on it for a while now.
Yeah, it is drip.
It'd be better if they were at 4 credits than at, whatever they're now. Are they about to go all the way down? They're about to go all the way down to score this, whatever. Oh, I bet it's an off-world. No, remastered. Okay. That's not ideal, but that's okay. I think we can catch up to them before they can screw us on this. Because we're about to jump up to 8 credits. My guess is that's a winning agenda. But they're broke, so I don't see how they're winning with it this turn. Oh, they're broke. So if we can get through there, we just get it. And we can totally get through there. You cost 3 plus 3. So you cost 6. Game Dragon will make it cost an extra 1, but... Oh, but Revolver also saves us the same amount by boosting Unity's strength. No, Revolver's better. Yeah. Get Revolver down. Yep. And then that means that now this only costs 5 instead of 6. And then that's free. Okay. Yeah. What's this cost? Trash? 4? Ugh. Well, I'm not trashing it, unfortunately. Maybe should have credited before the run because lots of stuff costs 2 to trash, and this might not be an agenda. But too late now. Nope. Okay. I think they overextended. I think they had us in a pretty rough spot, and they went broke scoring that remastered edition for no real reason. And I think it's gonna give us too big of an opportunity to catch up to them.
Yeah, because now they have to get their money back.
Yeah. Like I think they could have afforded to
can take
play
a
slower.
while. Yeah. Like, even the basic hedge fund requires you to have 4 credits in hand.
Yeah. What's our memory at? Memory's at, what, 6, 7? Oh, and yeah, we're great on memory. So I think we just do this, and then this. Oh, pinhole, that's nice. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, interesting. We need Rising Tide really bad. We might end up having to, like, simul-chip out for an SMC, which I really don't want to do. Just because with Remastered Edition and on 5 points, they can cheat out a 2-3 from, like, nothing, basically.
Yeah.
So we really got to make sure that their hand stays empty of cards. So I think what we have to do is pop this Fermenter early, which lets us simul-chip back in SMC, overclock into HQ, use the overclock money to install a Rising Tide, and then that lets us get into HQ, pop a Cupellation to see what they're working with in there. I think that's the play. I don't like burning fermenter when it's only got 2 counters, but, you know, only need enough money to win. And we're doing that because we got to trash something with Simulchip anyway. We could trash one of the compilations, but, you know, in theory, we can then, like, run this same game plan back next turn, you know? So let's do that. Let's do this. Sure, let's draw. If that was the Rising Tide, I was going to be pissy. And then let's overclock HQ. Do we sell something? We do not, which is a bummer. Approach ice and counter ice. Install Rising Tide. Match strength. Break a subroutine. Do we do a full-ass sweep of their whole hand with both compilations? Does that make any sense to do?
I mean, if you really want to make sure they can't fast advance to 3-2?
Yeah, I think it's the right move. It feels weird, but I think it's correct. Hey!
Here we go.
Yeah, trash that. Actually, it hurts. Okay. So now...
I mean, you got an agenda and killed an important econ card.
Yeah. So now we have some options ahead of us here. Because if we don't clear the tag, solid chance they kill Knick-Knack, which is our money. We do have another one in hand, so that's not the end of the world, but I wouldn't prefer it.
Yeah.
If we don't run R&D, there's a chance they top deck an agenda and win anyway, which is also not great. If we don't credit, then we might not be able to, you know, we might be kind of not in a great spot next turn. Of those 3 options I just listed, them top decking an agenda is the only one that leads to a full-on loss. So I think we check R&D to make sure they're not going to top deck an agenda.
Can you get through to R&D?
They have no money, so they can't res this.
Oh, right. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 1 credit, so...
Yeah. Even a ping would cost 2. The other fear is if they suddenly have some tag punishment, which I wouldn't love to see, but... Daily quest. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so let's throw out... You...
I think any tag punishment...
I don't know if the game's going to run long enough for Echelon to matter. I think Revolver will take care of us just fine.
During Bingo, I did not watch the MST3K Turkey Day Marathon. My roommate and I were busy cooking.
I want to hold on to... well, how much are we even using Knick-Knack in this game, though, is the thing. I think if they want to kill Knick-Knack, they can kill Knick-Knack.
Yeah.
I think let's do that. And then put the silent chip down.
Okay.
It's a daily quest, so if I run that service successfully, I get 2 credits. If I don't do it, they get 3 credits. What I would love to do is just kill this. A question worth asking is how much is the lily pad gonna still give me value this game? I've got my breaker suite down. What else? I've burned the compilations, although I can simulchip them still. There's a fermenter in here still. is it worth, like, is the value the lily pad can give me for the rest of the game worth more or less than selling it for 4 credits when I'm down on cash? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's... I think it is worth discussing whether the lily pad is worth keeping around. It might be worth keeping around, but... I'm leaning towards selling it. We don't have that many cards left to draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Tell you what,
true.
why don't we play the Azamat, get one last card draw out of the lily pad? Because the Azamat's free with DZ anyway. DZ. I've watched too many fucking people that are from Canada play this game.
Goddamn Canadians and their love of card games.
Okay, Muse. I like to see Muse here. I think I like to see... Yeah, Muse Coalescence knick-knack stuff helps. Let's run R&D now. Sell the lily pad. Okay. So you're just advancing Vladisibrisk. And then I think we... Or what did you... Oh, you advanced this guy. Got it. Then I think we sure gamble, pinhole, kill the Vladisibrisk. And that makes it a lot harder for them to sneak out a win. Interesting. Well.
Oof.
Well. Is what it is. I think they... So I think what had to happen there... Because we were checking R&D. We saw their entire hand. I think the only way that could have worked... Last turn, they did their mandatory draw, and then they drew a card.
Yeah, it was probably that second draw.
So that draw was the agenda. But they could have won. I don't get why they didn't just win off of that then, because they could have installed the agenda, used Vladisibrisk, used Remastered Edition, win. I don't get why they let it go another turn with Daily Quest. Did I trash the top of R&D? Because that would have been a really dumb thing to do if I did.
The only thing I remember you trashing was the Regolith.
Let's see. Did you access an unseen card from R&D? Yeah, no. I did not trash the top of I forget what they drew, but yeah, I don't know how that agenda snuck through.
Huh.
Again, I can think of one spot where it could have, and if it was there, I don't get why they didn't just win the game. That's odd. Huh.
Also, hi, Crystal.
Hello, Crystal, with a Gengar. I think I'm good for one more game, and then we'll probably call it for the night.
Sure.
Let's give this deck one more shake. It has been like, obviously it's Texas. It's hot here, but it has been like warm even for Texas this year. Usually it starts cooling down in October, and like all through November we're still in like the 70s and 80s. And then like bam, yesterday it hit 40, and now it's just like all cold all at once.
It is currently 3 degrees outside.
Like we have shot right past the temperature level I like, which is like 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
That's beautiful weather to me. But no, we're right into 40 degrees and raining.
Yeah, I'm having tomorrow I'll be visiting my parents in Arizona. It's going to be in the like low 70s, high 60s.
Yeah. I'll tell you,
which will be nice.
These Principias are getting annoying because I keep drawing them like they're just fodder for Rising Tide, and or once I have several DZMZs down, I can install them for cheap and then sell them for a profit, and that is not getting either of those when I draw them turn 1, my friends. Yeah.
I guess that would be an argument to like cut some, because like if you max them out, then
I've only got
you're
2
more
already.
likely
I'm
to
pretty
get them
sure.
turn 1. Oh, okay, never mind.
I think I only have 2, right? Program, yeah, 2 Principia, yeah. Yeah, so maybe I replace them with a Fracture I like to see and don't worry about getting knick-knack money, you know?
Yeah.
This is an awkward beginning to a game of Netrunner. And I do have DZs down to get them, install them cheap now at least, so that's something. Interesting. What do you got there, buddy? What is that? That is either... That's probably a Charlotte? It could be a 4-point, or like 4-2. 2-4.
Oh, are they running Built to Last?
Okay. Yeah, Built to Last, yeah.
Okay, so...
So that's either...
We'll have to worry about tags.
That could be a Messna Chesvo. That could be a Logjam that they're just trying to boost a little because their archives are small right now.
Yeah.
We'll probably just need to run it and see. Logjam. Okay.
What's it gonna be? Logjam. Okay.
What are the breaker numbers on Principia? I don't even know what Principia's text is. Okay, I was right about it being Charlotte. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. So, with Game Dragon, I can... Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, they made a lot of money very fast is the problem here.
Yeah, oh boy.
So do we just...
Yeah, there's...
Go ahead.
That's the thing with Built to Last is they can fucking make some cash.
They really can. Yeah, it makes them scary. Do we just say, fuck whatever you're doing, you make $1 million, I don't care, we're just going to set up a misery engine over here, and good luck, keeping us out, even with all your ill-gotten riches?
Yeah, I think that's the play, because that's always the thing I was most scared of when I was playing Wayland, is like I can set up however much ice I want, but if you get your fucking device rolling,
I
can't do much to stop you. Especially since like that's revealed to not be a clearinghouse.
Right.
So you're not on a strict time limit just yet.
Right. Which usually I'd say clearinghouse isn't that big a thing to worry about, but I think the deck list of the week last week was a clearinghouse deck, so that is, people like playing the deck list of the week. That's what makes it the deck list of the week. Okay, yeah. Most likely they have at least one agenda in HQ. They've gone through, 12 cards? So, like, statistically, they have 2 or even 3. So, fair bet there's at least one. Oh, we can pinhole that Charlotte. Let's pinhole that fucking Charlotte. What am I doing? How long have I had that pinhole in hand? I'm bad at the game of Netrunner. Aw, dang. How am I ever going to crack that server? I wish I had a card that made me not have to.
Wish I had one of the best runner cards in the game right now.
It's a shame they don't print anything that helps you in these kind of circumstances.
Okay, yeah, the last deck list of the week was a Built to Last clearinghouse deck. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. That puts us at 8 cards if I fire it. I'd have to dump. I end up having to... I'd have 1 click left to play 1, which put me at 7. So I'd dump 2 cards, install 1 of them. I think just draw.
Hilariously, the deck list of the week before that one was a Captain Padma.
Yeah, it was. I tried playing with that deck a little bit, and I was like, this ain't quite working. That's why earlier I was like, yeah, I haven't played Shaper in a while. I'm like, I'm not counting those Padma games.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what about Padma, though? I'm like, well... if you want.
I heard the misery in your voice, which is why I pivoted.
I like Padma conceptually. I think she's cool. I just don't think she quite has the juice.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
The just aren't there for it.
Yeah, I think we're content just kicking back here, letting them flood up.
Okay.
That's probably an agenda they're pushing. That would be my guess. We've not seen an SMC yet, right? Yeah, no. Let's Nuka. Let's Lilypad, which I'm not mad about, but I would really love if I could get my last breaker, or like a real Fractor. That'd be great. I could get it out with Muse. I'm not excited about having my Fractor stuck on a Muse all game. What would this cost me to run? You cost 2. You would cost 5 to break. You cost whatever you cost to break. What could you be? You could be a Messna Chesvo, but I doubt it. I would guess a Ket, maybe Pharaohs. And a Ket's what, 5 strength? So it's bad Principia numbers. That is what, 4 plus, that's 5. So it cost me 10 to break this with Principia. That is very expensive.
Yeah. Also something to consider that since this is Wayland, that, and then specifically built to last late Wayland, that could be an SDS drone deployment if it's an agenda.
It could be. That's true. SDS is not that scary for Shaper because we have so much recursion and so many cards that we like Coalescence is just a free SDS. You know what I mean?
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Like SDS is really nasty to the other 2 factions. Shaper kind of doesn't care about it.
Okay.
I think we're still at 0-0. I don't think we're in a rush to fight them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we're okay just kicking back, setting up, making money, seeing what they do. Maybe that's wrong. We'll find out, but we should save that for next turn, I think. So what's our memory at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have we have a bajillion memory. We have 9 memory. So why don't we... This is stupid. But what if we do this? Stack. Get out. SMC. And then drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, but Muse pops immediately. Never mind. It's fine. I can just drop the Coalescence. It's no big deal. Stack. Let's grab Copulation and drop Coalescence. Wall to wall. Okay.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that is... Ooh.
They have a ton of money.
Gonna let them advance and get a lot of money.
I've also not, forced them to res anything. So, their money is worse than it... Not worse than it looks. It's not as insane as it looks. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, that money will spend fast once I start actually making a push here. Okay, there's a Knick-Knack O'Brien in this deck somewhere that I would love to see, personally. I'd love to meet that guy. I think let's...
That wall-to-wall will let them push their ice pretty heavily, though.
Yeah, I think we should take it away from them. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's Game Dragon onto Principia. Let's overclock server 1. It's a cat. Okay, kind of thought so. Match strength. So Game Dragon's really nice against this server because Game Dragon makes it so my Ice Breaker doesn't lose strength in between ice encounters. So I only have to boost it once.
Oh, nice.
Oh, but you used a cat to boost this, so I do have to boost it a little more. That's smart. Yep. Still, I got through this relatively affordably. I now cup it. Now only 1 click left. I think let's just draw. Hey, there's Knick-Knack. Okay. We also have, do we have all 3 coalescences in the trash? We have 2 coalescences in the trash. So these simul-chips are each worth 4 credits with those coalescences in the trash.
Oh, damn.
Because each simul-chip I can bounce a coalescence back and then immediately spend its power counters. Oh, you expended a tree line on this. Okay, that's really smart. Done. Let's...
That is a big logjam.
Burner would be very nice to have in this deck. It'd make attacking HQ from... I guess that kind of... I mean, I can't Burner and Cup at the same time, so maybe that's not smart, actually. What we need is to get back... is to get Rising Tide down so we can sell the Principia with Knick-Knack. I don't really have good Knick-Knack targets until I can do that. So, with that in mind... Draw. We really, yeah, we're doing great once we have Rising Tide. Gain 4 and draw 2 cards. I think let's do Overclock into HQ. Getting this off our plate would be very nice. Winchester. All right. Encounter, pop the SMC, grab a revolver, draw a card, match strength and fully break. Another Winchester.
Another one.
Breach server. Yes. 1, 2. How do you not have any agendas in here? What? How were there no agendas in there, bro? You've gone through half your damn deck. What do you mean there's no agendas? Oh, what? Pardon? I don't... Well, that ain't great. There's Rising Tide, finally. Okay, that's something.
Nice. You did get rid of a Spin Doctor, so...
I got rid of a Spin Doctor. It's not nothing, but my goodness.
But yeah, they're almost certainly doing just the 6 agendas.
Yeah, they probably only have like 3 SDS, 3 basalts, but like, okay, so give me one of the basalts. Give me an SDS. I think let's get Knick-Knack down, and then last click. We've already used up DZ, but we should probably let's get Rising Tide down so we can move Game Dragon to Rising Tide and sell Principia next turn without any concerns. That sucked. I felt like, I'm picking my spot so good. I can just slide through HQ. I'll get definitely 1, maybe even 2 agendas. How about you huff my farts? All right, let's slide Game Dragon over to Rising Tide. This is still very expensive to break. So Principia gives us 4 credits. This reads like it's another Spin Doctor, which means that pinholing it's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
Because I would love to hit whatever this is with a pinhole, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, once I sell this, you'll be at 4 strength. So I can break this server for 2 plus 7. That server costs 9 credits to get through. That's a lot of credits. What do I think I am? Made of money. There's also, I can install Echelon for free. And Echelon will have 1, 2, 3, 4 strength. So it gets through each of these guys for 3. So I can get into HQ for 6 credits. But there's no guarantee there's anything in HQ. And if I sell Principia, it goes down. This is not great, no matter which way you slice it. I guess let's pinhole Archives, sell the Principia, see what they do, and proceed from there. Got another Cupellation, which is good. Tree Line, that's a cheap break. But it might have taken enough of our money out of our pocket that we can't deal with whatever this is. Lacosta Grid, shit. Okay. Okay. Do we just money up? And what, if we do, in what way do we money up? Okay, that's another. Oh, I could have gone off of wall. Oh well.
Now they res the Lacosta. I'm honestly surprised.
So that puts it at 2. So then they're gonna score a 3-5 here. That's we have 3 simulchips down, so I don't care that much about an SDS.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Although they killed Game Dragon, which I don't love. We should just bounce that back. Yes. Obviously, we have another Game Dragon. They might... now, here's the thing. Very real chance they purge virus counters if I let that fermenter cook another turn. Do I want them to do that, though? Do I want them to waste a turn purging? How do I capitalize on that. What strength is Echelon at? 1, 2, 3. That's 1 short. I could bounce back Revolver with a simul chip. Okay. What memory are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9. I think let's get full value out of the DZ. Okay. Let's put this down. Let's run the wall to wall. Let's sell one of the muses. Breach. Cup it. And turn. And then discard and install another Game Dragon. Oh shit, right. I saw you had business as usual. You can get rid of those virus counters without purging. That sucks. Okay. Okay. I think we slide Game Dragon over to Rising Tide. I think we... So we got two Principias and Rising Tide, all we've got for Fractors. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So, oh god, you boosted this more.
Yeah, it's 10 power now. Holy
okay,
Christ.
So that's going to cost me 2 to get through. That's going to cost me 8 to get through, so it's 10 total. I can do it with Overclock. I haven't installed anything yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't have enough room for Azamat, which is a frustrating thing. I'm just going to have to trash something. It's not, like, optimal money-wise, but I think it's worth the savings. Draw. Okay. Then, let me make sure I've got the arithmetic right. That's going to cost 2 to break. Oh, you're going to advance this. So that's going to go up to 11 strength. Which means we're looking at... I keep catching, like, the stream on my other screen. I'm terrible about, like... I'm just, like, mousing back and forth over cards in a way that it's annoying to look at. You are going to cost us 2 to break, but you're going to boost you to 11. I'll be at 5 strength, so that is 6 plus 3 subs. So that is 9 to break. So it's 11 credits total. Overclock will drop me to 7. Knickknack, I sell a Coalescence for 2. I'm at 9. Plus 5 from Overclock is 14. And I'm going to spend 11 of that on the run, leaving me with 3 credits, plus 2 credits from Azamat. So I'll have 5 credits total. I can trash La Costa and still have... If that is a Charlotte, I should credit once before doing this. And then I'm going to be flat broke, and the rest of this game is going to be busted. So like, if we'll flash back, get a little kind of like dreamy vignette around the screen to when we were building this deck, and I was saying I think the win con is we make so much money that we just can always run the remote every time they try to score. This logjam's really suggesting a problem with that strategy.
Yeah.
Hard to make enough money to break an 11 strength logjam consistently. That's a challenge. That's a challenge. It's a fucking Charlotte. God. Ugh. Well, kill the Lacosta. That is bad. Okay. I don't think we can't challenge that this turn. You cost 6 to challenge, right? Because if I move Game Dragon over here, it's 3 and then 3. I could do that. I could credit, gamble, run, cup. Yeah, okay. I actually could have challenged that. I had 11 credits. Oh well. No, right, that's the thing about the Aket Logjam combo. It gets 1 credit more expensive every time.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass. Surely there is an agenda in here. Measured response. I mean, that... Yeah, we gotta get rid of it. Spin Doctor, okay. Where are your agendas? You got them somewhere! That wasn't an agenda, okay. Okay.
It was a good thing you didn't run that server.
Yep. There's an agenda.
That's an agenda.
That's what that is there? That's an agenda.
either that's an agenda, or like they are like being real confident about a clearinghouse, in which case you gotta run it anyway.
There's no way that's a clearinghouse. That's absolutely an agenda. Okay. Can we big brain our way out of this one? We need 11 credits. Can we earn oh, no. We're going to need 12 credits, right? 1, 2. I'll be at 5 strength. Then I'll have to pay 7 more plus 3, 10. Yeah, I'll need 12 credits. And here's the thing. I think I might be able to pull 12 credits out of my ass here. The problem is, how do I pull out 13 credits next time? You know?
Yeah.
I can make 12 credits happen. Fermenter gets me 6. A Simulchip would get me another 4. That's already 11. Then it's just click for credit, you know?
Yeah, because you still need to get... You need to get 3 agendas.
Yeah. And they simply will not... They refuse to have any in HQ. Okay. I guess a Coalescence gets me another 6, because I Simulchip it and then I sell it back with Knick-Knack. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what we do, right? I mean, we need to find shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me the 6. Then Simulchip out a Coalescence. Yeah, sure, draw a card out of my empty deck. Yeah, Pay. Run server 1. Sell the Coalescence. Encounter. Boost. Break. End the run. Let the other one fire. Continue movement. Yep. Counter. 10 credits to fully break.
That's so rough.
That's so bad. And it'll be 11 credits next time. Basalt Spire. Okay. We're on the board.
Okay.
After 30 minutes, we've scored an agenda, everybody.
Jesus Christ. That means they can add an card from archives to HQ. So
that means that they're gonna do measured response bullshit to me. Is what that means.
Yeah.
That now here's where this gets brutal, Iris.
Yeah, because you're not tagged though.
They don't. Measured response doesn't care about tags.
Right. If because you made a successful run and it's not threat 4 yet.
It's not threat 4 yet, but here's what's going to happen. The next time I steal an agenda, I have to then steal a second agenda in the same turn or I die.
Right.
I think we install a fermenter, gain a credit. That is the last card we can ever install this game, which is fine. We don't really need any of these. It's card draw, and yeah.
Right, because you need those 4 cards to tank a measure.
Yes. And I think next turn we're just going to have to kick back and... Oh, God. No. Oh, boy. How many Charlottes are in discard? Just one. Just one? Oh, they spun. They spun back. Okay. Because we're never going to drain their money enough that we can disrespect measured. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're always going to have enough money to, like, triple measured us even, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
We can maybe get it down to they could only double measured us. And that's still very, very bad. So, unfortunately, we are now in the world of clicking for credit and passing and waiting for this fermenter to cook.
Yeah.
And they've added more ice to the server.
Liar asks, what's the longest game you've ever played on Jinteki?
Longest game I ever played on Jinteki? I would guess about an hour. Yeah, I'm just clicking and passing. Yep, it's a Charlotte, I figured. Oh, God.
Looking at that hand being like, what if?
Yeah, but I can only hit it for... I could simul-chip back a cup. But then I can't use that as a source of money-making anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem.
We're not on threat, so I'm safe to run this and check it. How many wall-to-walls have we gone through? 2. Probably not a third wall-to-wall. My guess is that really is a spin doctor, which is kind of what it's presenting as. Wall-to-wall is also weak while you have Charlotte down.
Yeah, because it only does one thing.
I'm going to run it and see what it is. Do we want to sell anything with Knick-Knack? These DZs are less and less useful all the time. We do not have any 3... Yeah, no, we can never make full use of these anymore. What's our memory at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't need this much memory. Let's sell a DZ for some money. It is a wall-to-wall. Okay. Okay. No action. They have gone through 31 cards. 6 out of 44. What is that? That's what, 3 out of 22? It's about 1 in 7, right?
Yeah.
So if we say about 1 in 7, and they've gone through 31 cards, 31 divided by 7 is between 4 and 5. Which means we expect there to be 2 agendas in HQ. Which means, in theory, a single cupellation could win the game. In theory.
Okay. I mean, so, like, the question is, if it, like, there is... You could do the cupellation gamble. If you don't, what is the alternative?
The alternative...
It's just, like... running that really fucking ugly server twice? Can you even do that?
Yeah, and again, here is the problem. I think we can sit here. There's only so many ways they could fake us out on this server, right? They don't seem to have any kind of seamless launch, anything like that. I think we can probably correctly call when they put an agenda in that server. The problem is, as I said before, we call it correctly, we steal the agenda. We either steal another agenda that same turn, or they measure the shit out of us on the following turn, and it doesn't matter that we managed to get it. The alternative would be we kick back, build money, give them more time to flood up in HQ before we let the cupulation rock. You know what I mean?
I suppose that's true.
And if we... Because what I'm thinking right now is that wall-to-wall is a free cupulation, you know?
Yeah.
But to get it, we would have to probably pop the fermenter, or drop the Azamat, probably. Sack the Azamat to Simulchip. Grab the cupulation, steal the wall-to-wall with cupulation, then run HQ. If we install cupulation, we're signaling our intent, though, right? And that means they're going to start icing HQ up.
Right.
And they've got the money to make it nasty, as we've seen.
Okay, so do you just credit up for now and hope they flood themselves?
We could just credit up. The other problem is that... Oh no! At the end of our turn...
You're slow playing.
Oh. They probably had that game. So I'm gonna be the sport here and take the L. Yeah, I think it was possible that we could have wormed our way out of this, but we were fighting for our damn lives. I'm just curious if the cupulation gamble would have worked. Yeah, 4 at R&D. That's rough. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Then sooner or later they would have just bled our money out.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of an anticlimactic way for that night to end, but hey, sometimes Netrunner games go longer than you think they will.
Yep.
And you have to go cook dinner for yourself or possibly your family. To be fair, that wasn't, we hadn't gone to time quite yet.
That's true.
In a tournament setting, that was still a regulation length game. Probably would have ended on a draw. Yeah. I don't hate this deck. It might need some tweaking. I think I need to get more reps in with it to know what to tweak, but I felt like I wasn't firing Knick-Knack off as often as I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't often enough being in a situation where, okay, this card has served its usefulness, get rid of it, make me money, But yeah, I think I'll keep tinkering with that this week and maybe come back. Again, I'm not guaranteeing this is a weekly thing, but I play a lot of Netrunner, so it'll probably be pretty close to a weekly thing. And obviously, not guaranteeing you're going to be around every week. This is not a commitment you've made, but,
No.
I like hanging out with you, and if you're free.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody, and hope you have a good night. I'm going to go do something else.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.